Alright, the 12-string Maton sitting in the lounge room. Probably run out of space in my studio. Sludge pit version 2. Version 1 was our old band shed down in Tassie. That was awesome shed, converted old horse stable. This is a little bit different to what that was back in the day. That would have been in the 90s, early 90s, maybe even late 80s. Alright, here's my little home studio. Let's have a walk through. Let's start with the editing area, I guess. Just running dual screens there at the moment. I've got Pro Tools up as my DAW. I've played around with a couple of other ones, but Pro Tools seems to be the one I understand the most. A lot to learn, and yeah, you can probably do a uni degree on just how to drive that. I'm sure you can. Alright, so talking to the DAW, everything runs from a desk into Scarlett 2 interface. A little mini lab, mini controller down there. For the monitors, I'm running Behringers. So that's pretty much the editing area. Let's have a look at the performing area next, I guess. So there's two of us that use this studio, myself and my beautiful partner Em. She sings and plays a bit of keyboard. I'm obviously a guitarist predominantly, and I'm learning how to sing, which is pretty funny, but I'm having a go. Alright, let's start at the top. With the mics, we're running a pair of Shure SM58s. We don't run condenser mic in here because it clashes with the monitors when we're running and creates feedback. You can use cans, obviously, not the monitors, and that would fix that, but we like to simulate playing live. So SM58s. As we run down, shit, don't know what water's doing in my drink holder. It's normally a rum or a beer. Jeez, it's getting old. Alright, I just have an iPad attached to the mic stand here. One of the main apps I use is one called OnSong. I pretty much load all my lyrics up there for the songs as I please, put all the guitar chords up on there, and I also record backing tracks, which if I hit this play button there, it will start playing the backing track. So to control that while I'm playing the guitar and attempting to sing, I have a little airtone foot switch down here. So this foot switch connects to Bluetooth through the app, and you can cycle through your songs there. So obviously that one's Like a Stone by Chris Cornell, rest of his soul. And yeah, scroll through the next song, Back in Black, so forth, so on through your set. Guitar runs through a recently acquired Helix LT, which replaces my Boss GT6, which I've had since the early 2000s. So time for an upgrade, and the Helix is a pretty amazing bit of kit. You can make that do anything you want. The mic runs through a mic mechanic down here. The mic mechanic's got a little bit of pitch correction there. That tone controls EQ. You got reverb and echo, and a little switch there so you can switch your effects on and off between talking and having attempting to sing. So all this goes to Yamaha MG12 desk. So I've pretty much got the channels all set up. So I've got M's mic, my mic, the Helix coming in as stereo. So if you're using stereo effects, that comes through. iPad's coming into a stereo pathway there as well, but I can also run the iPad direct into the Helix. So pretty much got a performing module here, and from the Helix it just goes to the front of the house. Job's done right there. Monitors out, they go to the interface. and the interface talks to the door and runs to the monitors. Set of cheap ass Scarlet cans, which I'll probably upgrade shortly. Right, so hey, let's move on to the guitars. I have 9 of them, so not quite the 10. Obviously I've got the Maton 12 string that's sitting out the front. My other acoustic is a Takamine G series, which was a $200 pickup on Gumtree. And it is the most amazing acoustic guitar I've ever played. It's got magic sound, great action, running through the helix. It's just, it plays like a $2,000 guitar and some. And I only paid $200 on Gumtree. Score! Alright, have a couple of Fenders here, in Fender corner. Fender up there with Clapton and Gilmour and Keith and Knopfler up there, some of my influences. So I've got the 2 Fenders there, got the Strat and the Tele, both American made. And behind that's my old Ibanez RX, which I've had since before my children were born, so that's easily 25-year-old guitar. Still plays perfect. Have it in a flat tuning now, so I can play a bit of Gunners or Smashing Pumpkins or Stone Temple Pilots, any of those bands that like to use flat tuning. I can just grab that guitar and away I go. The Tele's in Keith tuning at the moment, which is a G tuning. Keith normally even removes the thickest E string and has it as a 5 string, but I've got it all on there tuned in the G Keith tuning. Let's go over to Gibson corner. Some of my influences up there will be Dave Grohl and Slash and Angus. We've got Billy Gibbon up there and Ace Frehley. So Gibson corner, I have my Gold Top, which is probably my pride and joy. It's fairly new. I've only had it for a couple of years. Bought it new. Pristine. I hardly ever play it, so I'm trying to keep it in pristine condition. My old band days, I had a vintage Gold Top, which unfortunately I sold because it's probably worth as much as a house nowadays, so it's silly me. But I have the next best thing. I've got the new one sitting there. Behind there is my little travel guitar. I think it's called an Any Gig. Yeah, not that I do much travelling at the moment, as nobody does. But when I do travel, I take that with me. And I've got a little Boss Guitar mini amp up there. I used to serve me just fine when I'm away. My workhorse guitar, SG. This is beaten up, battered, marked, dinged, thrown around, and it's probably the best playing guitar in here by a long shot. Sounds magic, plays magic. That's my gigging guitar. Don't care if I knock it around, but it sounds brilliant. Just keyboards there. I'm starting to learn the keyboards, hence I've got a chord chart up there. My missus plays keyboard, so that's hers. Newest addition to the brood is my Yamaha SA 2200. I did want a ES335, but bank account said no. So, well, I did have a look at some 335s and they're pretty ordinary. This thing is an absolute work of art. It's absolute build quality on it is mind-blowing. Yeah, not a mark on it anywhere. Plays amazing. Do love the ebony fretboard. It's the first guitar I've had with an ebony fretboard. Nice guitar. Down here is my recently retired Boss GT6 pedals, and my old Marshall JCM 800 combo I've had since brand new, since mid 80s I'd say. Still works just fine. Got to replace the power button on it, but I'll get around to that. And it, yeah, that'll pump it out. That can annoy the neighbours if I crank that thing, that's for sure. So, that is pretty much my home studio. Have a little influence wall there that's got all the past musos that have influenced me, who've passed on. Rest all their souls. Some of my band stuff there. Yeah, I That's my home studio.